Welcome back to Algebra 2, Chapter 6, Section 8 in this book. And once again, this chapter, there's not a whole lot, this section, there's not a whole lot to, because we are going to use our calculators. We paid a lot for those suckers, and we need to use them. Okay, so their book shows you how to graph this. And if you want to see how we did it in the 80s, you may look at it and see how that was done. But how I want you to do it is I want you to use your calculator. So what you would do to graph this is, you know, f of x is the same thing as y. So you would go to y1 under your y equals button, clear out what's in there, and you can put it in exactly like this. You don't have to do anything to it. No matter how crazy it is, you can put it in your calculator and it will graph it, and where it crosses the x-axis are your solutions. So think about this, you're taking the SAT. There is some crazy equation you have no idea how to do. Never fear. You put it in your calculator. You find where it crosses that x-axis. There you go. You've got answers. So use that calculator. Get good at it. Okay. So you type it in exactly like this: 1/4, beginning parentheses, x plus 2, in parentheses, beginning parentheses, x minus 1, in parentheses squared. With this quarter, 1/4, 1/4, you need to use that alpha y equals to make it a fraction, or if you don't, or if yours isn't working or something, you need to put it in parentheses. Fractions need to go in parentheses if you don't use that button. Otherwise your calculator has a hard time knowing what's supposed to go in the numerator and what's supposed to go in the denominator. Once you get it graphed, use the trace or table to generate your if-then chart with your points. So if you go trace, you can try different things. You can say, you know, if x is 0, what's y? If x is 2, what's y? Or you can go to table, which is the second of graph. And on the table, you just scroll through with the arrows. There'll be all these crazy numbers that are like, you know, long crazy decimals. But you scroll looking for ones that are easy to graph. Things that are whole numbers or a half. You know, something that you go, okay, I could graph that. I can do that point. And the table will give you your if-then chart. You'll have your x's and your y's. Also, that useful thing to have are the hills and the valleys. They're called local maximums if they're a hill. They're called local minimum if they're a valley. You can get your minimums and maximums from your calculator going to second trace and then select minimums or maximum, and it makes you like put a line on each side and then it guesses. So you can do that with that. Those local minimums and local maximums are also called turning points. The reason why it's local maximum and minimum and not a true maximum and minimum is because really this line goes to negative infinity this way and positive infinity this way. So this isn't really its minimum. Here its real minimum is negative infinity, and this isn't its real maximum. Its real maximum, it goes to positive infinity. So I want you to practice all of this in your calculator. Every single problem they have in the book, I want you to graph it on your calculator. I want you to be able to generate the points that they have. And they are showing you for a lot of this to just use your calculator. So guess what I want you to use? Use your calculator. So come back, we have one more section. That's just a little one for chapter 6, and it's interesting. Math is great.